All right, y'all. This is an emergency stream. An emergency stream. Things are getting real intense, guys, for the Bitcoins. And so I figured I'd come in and do a little stream, talk about what is happening. Bitcoin is pumping, Bitcoin is dumping, Bitcoin is doing a whole bunch of different things. And I want to discuss it. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure, y'all, that you like the video, because if we can get 750 likes, as usual, I will absolutely give away 0.025 Bitcoin. Shout out to Moonwolf. Shout out to Nico Y. Shout out to DDF. N4M33. All right, yeah, like I said, guys, this is kind of an emergency stream right here. Let's get right into it. No time for a countdown today, guys. No time for a countdown today. I do pray that everyone's blessed in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. As you know, I am a follower of the Messiah. At least I try my best. So I pray y'all are blessed. Shout out to Crypto Pumpit in the chat. Shout out to Eric W. Yeah, let's take a look at these charts, guys. Let's take a look at these charts. So, what is happening here? What is happening? Well, Bitcoin had this super duper pump yesterday. On Friday, we just missed tapping into our, what in the world? We just missed tapping into our 618 Fibonacci level. And let me put on the new juice color. There we go. And then last night, yeah, we pumped right through it. And, you know, obviously, y'all, I am long, okay? Lest anybody think I am only shorting, that is just not the case. People give me a lot of flack because I'm always trying to short in an uptrend. But you guys have to understand, I'm always longing in an uptrend, but I'm always looking for shorts, because when price is pumping, eventually it's going to start to dump. So, yesterday, shout out to Panda Creations for making these thumbnails. Pretty good, pretty good. Yesterday, as we're watching the pump happen, right, we're looking at potential scenarios that could play out. And really, in my Discord here, the last post I made was, you know, look, I'm looking for bearish divergences as we come up into these areas of resistance, because it looked like we were going to get a pump. And because we're coming into major areas of resistance, I'm looking for bearish divergences, because bearish divergences at resistance mean we're going to get some kind of a dump. And so there were actually a few nice opportunities to take some trades here. The first real opportunity came up, and I know a bunch of people also took this in the Discord. Shout out to K-Pax. The first opportunity came up when we got this bearish divergence, actually right here. We can see that momentum came down pretty nicely, and price came up pretty nicely to this wick right here, which gave us a nice chickens drinking water kind of setup. So I took this short right here. It was actually a pretty nice short. It wasn't too crazy, but man, people are killing it right now with these shorts. It was just a you know, a small move, a $300 move. Okay, and then this morning, I woke up and I saw we were pumping really close to the 0.65 level. And so I started setting some limit orders here because I saw the bearish divergences really starting to form on the 12-minute time frame. And here's something to keep in mind, y'all. If price is pumping like it is right here, and you see Market Cipher B, you see the money flow coming down like this, and you see the momentum coming down like this, it's very likely that we're going to get a rejection off of, well, that's the thing. There's not an actual level here, but because we're at just a zone of resistance, where it's weird, no matter where price is right now, because we're literally inside of a golden pocket, we're at resistance. So anytime I'm seeing a bearish divergence, I'm looking for a short. And so I did short somewhere, yeah, not at the very top, but I had a limit order at about 52,000, and that limit order got filled, and that one is, you know, up 43%. Man, shout out to H3AV, who shorted a much better entry than me and is up 105%. Shout out to Usman Asif, who also shorted and is up 103%. Man, you guys are absolutely killing it. I'm so happy to see that because, you know, I see you guys in the Discord doing your TA. I see you guys entering these good trades, and it's just really awesome to see. So right now we're currently getting a bounce off of the 618, which is really interesting because, you know, this was our alleged resistance. I mean, right here we just missed it. But it just goes to show you these fib levels are so well respected. We came down and we're getting the bounce right off the 618 right there. And now it's like, okay, what's going to happen? Are we going to come up from here, or are we going to come down more? Well, let's take a look at Market Cipher, and I'll let you know what I'm actually kind of planning for. If we go to the two-day Market Cipher B here, and let me turn off some of this other stuff, okay? Let me turn off, wow, man, I'm flopping and groping. I am flopping and groping right here, guys. If we just go to the two-day and take a look at the money flow, we just got a money flow crossover on the two-day time frame. That, I think, is very powerful because the last time we had that, it was all the way back in April 2020, where we just had a dump right here, a very massive dump. Everybody was very scared of the what do they call it? What's the politically incorrect term? The Kung flu, the cough, the whatever you want to call it, right? People were freaking out. All the markets were crashing. Oil futures were negative, and then we get this money flow crossover, and it leads to a massive pump to the upside. Okay, and now we're getting another money flow crossover after we got this kind of dump. So one of two things is going to happen here, guys, and obviously that's always the case, right? But if the money flow on the two-day crosses up and just continues down like this, it's possible that we come up and put in a lower high and then come down. But it's also very possible that we get a higher money flow. Who knows, right? Look at the weekly time frame. It's very possible that we just come up and money flow comes even higher than it did for that first time, and we see Bitcoin coming up to new all-time highs. Those are the two scenarios. But because the two-day is money flow is crossing over, I am just bullish for the next few weeks, even the month of September. I know a lot of people are bearish in September, but Market Cipher is a pretty accurate indicator, y'all. If we look at the 12-hour time frame, these bearish divergences that we were printing are starting to get invalidated. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that the bearish divergences are starting to get invalidated. We just need this momentum wave to come up a little bit higher to invalidate these daily bearish divergences. And so the way I'm kind of trading this is, you know, obviously I'm looking for my shorts. I'm short right now, but, you know, I'm looking for long positions to get into that I will potentially look to hold even higher. You know, this, let's come back here. Let me come to my levels. Let's see. Oh man, am I ever going to find them now? I don't know. Okay, that's the 0.66 Fibonacci that Daniel from Chart Champions uses. That he's back tested it, says it's better than the 0.65. I find that they both work well, the 0.65 and the 0.66, but now I can't find my fibs because I had them as horizontal lines. Let's see. Yeah, I'm flopping and groping over here, guys. I am flopping and groping. Okay, they're in this folder. I need to redo all my all my levels because of the fact that I have too many. I need to clean up my chart. But you know how it is when you're doing analysis and you just need to start fresh, so you make a new folder for the day. Okay, so as long as we're up in here, I'm going to be looking for shorts if we continue to print bearish divergences. If we look at the 4-hour time frame, it looks like we're about to print a red. Oh, wow, we are printing a red dot on the 4-hour time frame. We don't really have any kind of bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. We don't have any kind of bearish divergence on the 1-hour time frame. We do, however, have the bearish divergences on the 24-minute time frame. We can see the money flow is starting to come down. If you're looking to potentially get into a long, of course, this is not financial advice. Everybody knows that this is not financial advice. You should never listen to a guy on the internet with a Pikachu hat, with upside down crooked glasses, who clearly has not gone to the dentist in his whole life, because nowadays people's teeth just don't look like this. Everyone has perfect teeth, and it makes me feel, everyone who grew up and their parents got them braces and all that, it makes me feel, what's the word? They don't understand the privilege they have in life to walk into a room with a perfect smile. And I walk into a room, people are like, what the heck? So don't ever listen to a guy like me. This is not financial advice. But I would say this, if you're looking for a potential way to get in on a nice long, wait for things to cool off first, on the 4-hour. And if you guys are familiar with the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy that I talk about, basically, once the 4-hour starts to print a nice green dot, and then the 24-minute also starts to print a nice green dot, is usually a pretty good trade setup. Like, for example, yesterday morning, I actually took a 424 setup just for fun. And this is the trade, well, here. On the 4-hour time frame, we're printing a green dot right here on this candle. I'm going to go ahead and put a vertical line right there. And then on the 24-minute, where was the entry, was at the first green dot that we printed right about here. And the way I do it, guys, is once the 4-hour starts printing the green dot, you're either going to enter on the first green dot that prints on the 24-minute or the money flow crossover. So I think I entered right here on the first green dot, and I was in drawdown for a little bit with this position. I think I'm actually going to on YouTube document me with a small account only trading the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, because there's a lot of haters out there. There's a lot of people out there hating on the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy because, it's like, oh, you're just looking for green dots. Well, it does work, y'all. I'm gonna probably document me starting with like a smaller account, maybe like a couple grand, and growing it only using this strategy, because it's pretty mindless. You just wait for some dots and then take the trades. But yeah, so I entered on this candle right here. I was in some drawdown for a little, but look at the long that it resulted in, a pretty nice long, and that trade is right here from yesterday. So it ain't a bad strategy, guys. It ain't a bad strategy. But yeah, for right now, I would wait, for sure, until things start to cool off. We're going to be looking for divergences as the price comes down. We're going to be looking for bullish divergences. Right now, we can kind of see potentially here, on some of the lower time frames, that we're starting to print the hidden bullish divergences. If we come to the 18-minute time frame and we just take a dragger from there to there, we can see that. Where did I start that line? Yeah, we could see that we're printing, higher lows while momentum is printing lower lows. So we could see we're probably gearing up for another move to the upside at some point. But what I like to do is I like to combine the hidden bullish divergences with the regular bullish divergences. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pulling out my fibs, and I'm going to be looking to see, okay, we see some hidden divergences forming. Now we really want to see some regular divergences forming. Potentially, if we lose the 618 right here, potentially coming down to some of these other retracements from the most recent swing low to the most recent swing high. Interesting that the 382, we got a reaction off of that, which is also the 618. But yeah, guys, also, if this stuff doesn't make sense to you and you want to learn technical analysis and you want to learn the way I trade, check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because this course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a more confident, more profitable trader. Not financial advice at all. But this is basically everything I wish I knew before I started trading, walking you through, assuming you've never even looked at a chart before, all the technical analysis you need to know. You know, going through Market Cipher, how I use Market Cipher. This is my primary trading indicator. It is an excellent indicator, in my opinion, and I've been around the indicator block, guys. I've been around the trading block a little bit. In my opinion, this is one of the, probably the best tool you could use, especially in TradingView. It will, Market Cipher covers a multitude of other indications all wrapped up into one. And I do not enter a single trade without looking at Market Cipher. So I walk you through how exactly I use this. Go through my trading strategies, teaching you the strategies I use, how to use risk management, and all that. There's currently a 30% discount on the course. That is a 30. Wait a second. So, is 30? Am I doing it wrong? Yeah, this is 0330. I don't know. 30% discount. Check it out. Limited time only. Also, guys, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord, where I post TA updates every day, some of my trade entries, I obviously cannot post certain trade entries, like if we're super fast scalping, things like this. You know, I cannot post that, but I can post, look for the bearish divergences while we're in this area. And, you know, obviously I do post some trade setups here. Swing trades and scalps. The swing trades are always juicier, guys. The swing trades are obviously always juicier because you have more time to plan them. You know, like this, I just like to look at it because it was so dang juicy. But this this XRP trade that I'm still currently in, planning it out almost a week in advance, that trade is currently up right now over 200%. You know, we got that bounce perfectly right off that level, and we just continued up from there. We hit take profit 1, we hit take profit 2, and yeah, I'm still in it. So yeah, you could do that by going to patreon.com/JasonCasper. And oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, so we're finding some support here. To wrap it up, overall, I am bullish for the Bitcoin, but I'm kind of glad that this short worked out so well. I've been waiting to short this level. I would like to see us come down more, to be honest with you guys. I would like to see us come down more. I would like to get in a long from a lower level. That would be kind of nice. But we'll just have to see what happens, right? We will have to see what happens. And we can only take trades when we're getting our confirmations. That's super important. Don't take trades unless you get your confirmations. So, a good example of that is, you know, yesterday, I was really hoping to short the, well, we had a wick. Let me see if I can find the wick. If we go to the daily time frame and we go to May 14th, we can see that we had this wick right here. Boom. Yeah, this green line. Let me make this green line a white line so we can see it better. We had this wick, and I was thinking to myself, okay, I said, self, it would be really juicy and nice if we got a chickens drinking water from that wick. A chickens drinking water trade setup, okay? That's the way we trade out here down south, all right? We trade the chickens drinking water, the uneven butt cheeks pattern. And I was thinking it would be really juicy if we came up here and took out that wick, and then the chicken started to drink, and I could short it if we were getting the bearish divergences. But we could see as we came up above that wick, we were getting the opposite of a bearish divergence. We were actually getting just the price, the momentum was coming up massively as the price was also coming up massively. So we don't take that short. And then it's interesting too, the level I was looking to short actually was acting as our support throughout this, you know, I think I had it even a little bit higher here. This level was acting as our support. Every time we did get a bearish divergence, we came right down to the support. And even here, we bounced off perfectly off this support level. But you don't want to start taking shorts until you see the divergences. The divergences are if, you know, we see that money flow and momentum is coming down and the price is coming up. You know, that is a divergence. That is a divergence right there. And so I was able to take this short, like I said earlier, and it was a decent move, right? You have to be quick though. You have to be quick if you have to market in. You know, make sure to limit out so that you're not paying those fees. And then this one right here also, I mean, this one was pretty dang juicy on the 12-minute time frame. You know, not only is momentum coming down, but the money flow is coming down. And for this one, I had opportunity to place limit orders here. And, you know, we only want to take the shorts if we're getting our confirmations on Market Cipher. If not, then you're definitely going to, well, not always, but you'll most likely lose money. Yeah. So we're getting a pretty significant move to the upside right now. And, you know, I've taken a lot of profit out of the short, stop loss and profit. So it is what it is. We will see what happens here. I just made a VIP update for my people in my VIP Discord where I outline my entire plan on how I plan to really approach this for the day. But let me pop real quick into the chat here. Wow, we've got 459 people in here. Guys, let's like the video. If we can get this thing up to 750 likes, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoin. I've got it. It's burning a hole. It's burning a hole in my Bitcoin wallet. I have to give it away. But I for some reason, you know, people just don't want, they don't want that. You know, they don't want that. So just call your mom. Be like, hey, Ma, come like the video. If everyone calls just one parent and says, hey, Mommy, I love you so much, come like the video, then I could give away some Bitcoin, guys. Let's see if we have any questions in here. Shout out to Alchemist. The chickens are drinking beer. Crypto Pumpet says butt. Uneven butt cheeks. Julius Haverhoek says we don't take shorts, we take longs. Yeah, you know, take your longs, take your shorts. Do I like Daniel from Chart Champions? Of course I do. Who doesn't, right? Shalom, Josh K. Thank you, Martin. Victor says best TA on YouTube. Hey, I'm honored to hear that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lloyd got his kids to like the video. Send it to charity. I don't believe in charity. Most of them are corrupt. But I do believe in helping people who are in need. And trust me, the 0.025 Bitcoin that I'm going to give away to you guys is separate from the giving away to people in need fund. So don't worry. Don't worry about that. Shout out to Bojan. My thoughts on mid-September. I don't know. I don't really trade fundamentals. I trade technicals. That's my style up in here. People know I'm very stylish. Yeah, Crypto Pumpet says I agree with you on charities. I mean, I always feel like a bad person when I go to the Walmart or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, look at that frozen picture of me." They're like, "Hey, do you want to donate to kids with cancer?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." Because how can I trust that money's going to go there? How can I trust that? You know what I'm saying? How can I trust that? If a charity has enough pull to be there at Walmart, I feel like they're probably skimming a little off the top. When I say a little, I mean a lot, right? How many times have we seen charities get outed for that kind of stuff? Not that Yeah, and they play on people's emotions too. You know what I'm saying? You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? You know, Big Butts 28. Shout out to you, Big Butts. She used to be a public school teacher in a very what's the word? A very affluent area, and she had a lot of kids in her school that were actually actors, pretending like they had cancer, to work for these these charities, and so when you see those commercials where the kids are like, "Oh, I have cancer," it could be fake, guys. Just saying. So, interesting that we have a really nice support that got flipped into resistance right here. It was our support uno, dos times, and now it's our resistance uno times, just to pull out the old Espanol for you. And you know, this level right here is an important level because going back to the 14th of May, this was a resistance. So it's no surprise that this level is being respected here to some degree. Let's see if we have any other, but at the same time, guys, this is our support as well, the 618. If we lose the 618, I think that's significant. That is quite significant. Shout out to Fish12. Yeah, Shana Tova. Yeah, tonight, guys, is Rosh Hashanah. If you observe, then Shana Tova, Lecha, Lechem. And shout out to Elon Musk, who used to be on those videos. Shout out to Crypto Bandit in Spain. Crypto Yacht says everything is not what it may seem. That's so true, Crypto Yacht. Shout out to Engineer Sandeep. Thanks for being here, man. May God bless you. Camille wants to know, what do I mean by flopping and groping? Okay. If you want to know what flopping and groping means, then you need to go to a website called youtube.com, and you need to go to the Flopping Gropers YouTube channel. Okay, let's see. Am I subscribed to the Flopping Groper? Tell me I'm not subscribed to the Flopping Groper. Okay, search for the Flopping Groper, and you got to check out one of his earliest videos. I'm pretty sure it's Flopping and Groper's Guide to Chart Patterns. I think he defines what a flopping groper is here. But basically, a flopping groper is well, I'm gonna butcher it, right? Because I didn't create the term, but it's somebody who is they don't know what the heck they're doing. They're longing, the price goes down, so they short, then the price goes up, so they long, then the price goes down, they short, so the price goes up. They're not waiting for their confirmations. They're not looking at Market Cipher. They're trading based on emotion. Emotions, guys. Emotions is not good. I've had so much coffee this morning, and usually in the morning, I usually like do some exercise and work the coffee off of me, okay? But I didn't do it this morning. I didn't do it because of this juicy price action, guys. When the price action gets juicy, so I'm highly caffeinated. I'm highly caffeinated right now. I got the hair going on, okay? I do, yes, people always wonder, Jason, how do you get your hair to look so nice? The truth is, guys, how do I do it? I cut it myself. Okay? I honestly cut it myself. I give myself a mohawk, okay? And then what I do after I have the mohawk is I can put like some pomade in it and make it look like I have some kind of like haircut from like the 40s that's back in style now. This is the only haircut I know how to give myself other than a shaved head. So I know, people always ask me for style advice and fashion advice. They always ask me because I am the most stylish, fashionable person, especially on YouTube. In all of YouTube, I have the best style, the best fashion, for sure. Okay, let's pop back into our chat here. Been going on for about half an hour. Shout out to Jason, who also cuts his own hair. Of course, my farm is organic. Yeah, I'm not spraying any Roundup around these parts. Shout out to HeckHunter97 who retracted his message. Can we view it anyway? No, we can't, dang. Daniel says we're living in a world of deception. Yeah. Shout out to Wealth Tour Link. What's going on, Wealth Tour Link? May God bless you. Nico Y says, "What the heck is that hair?" I know. It looks amazing, and it's hard to imagine that I'm able to do it myself, but I am. Are green dots that print while the money flow is in the thin duds? So here's the thing: we need to, when we're looking at dots, we need to really look at the money flow in general, the direction of the money flow in general. If money flow is getting thicker, then usually those green dots are going to be more powerful. If money flow is getting thinner, then usually those dots are going to be duds. And one of the best ways to a surefire sign that a green dot is going to be a dud is if it's printing, like after a divergence while the money flow is getting thinner. So like a great example of that would be, well, this is not the best example in the world. I guess it's the 4-hour time frame. It's something that takes a little experience. You kind of have to know how to understand your environment. But in general, you can say that if the money flow is coming down, the green dot is going to be a dud, right? Like look at this. This green dot right here was a huge pumper. As money flow continues to get thicker, once money flow starts to come down, actually, as soon as we start to print a bearish divergence, then the green dots start becoming more dudly. You see that? And the divergences will tell you money flow is about to come down before it comes down a lot of the time, right? So this green dot here wasn't too intense, but then now we can see here, bearish divergence coming in. Now we know, money flow is going to start coming down, and those green dots are going to turn into green duds. Green duds and green dots. Duds and dots. Duds and dots and duds and dots. Yeah, I don't like to use the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy on a dud. In fact, I'm going to make a new video on the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy and kind of put it in the course because Crypto Pirate says in August it worked 11 out of 12 times. Is that the 4-hour, 24? Yeah, 4-hour 24 works pretty well. Elon Musk, I cannot talk about this on YouTube, man. And and even if I did talk about it, I cannot, because it's too sensitive of a topic, and I am just no, I cannot. I'm sorry. Oh, the 30-minute, 3-minute. Yeah, there's a lot of, if you're newer to trading, finding a good strategy to use on Market Cipher is a very powerful thing. The money flow is extremely powerful. These divergences are powerful, guys. They really do show you things that you cannot see elsewhere in TradingView, I'm telling you. And the free ripoff Market Ciphers don't have the same money flow, which is like the most... it's one of the most powerful parts of Market Cipher. It's not just the waves, it's the money flow. That's where the real money's at. Because when the money flow, you're looking at the direction of the money flow, showing you assets coming into, money coming into the asset. And if you combine that with the momentum waves, that's where the money's at. And so if your money flow's messed up, well, you could be flopping and groping. Let's see here. Camille, what's the best strategy when you don't have paid TradingView? The best strategy if you don't have paid TradingView, guys, and I mean this in the most respectful way, is to make some money so that you can get the paid TradingView, because you have to look at it as an investment. You have to look at these things as an investment. The unfortunate reality is you have to have money to make money, especially when it comes to investing and trading. And so if you don't have the capital to buy a paid TradingView, I understand that sometimes you're in a very dire situation, but I think it's only like $15 a month, and I mean, it is something that you would. It's gonna really help you. It's gonna really help you make more money. That's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. Luis Rivera, what's going on? Good to see you here, man. Shout out to Panjock2 for getting his mom to like the video. Yeah, guys, this is the only channel where you could talk about butt cheeks, chickens, water, where, we could talk about lifting weights and Bible studies. This is a one-of-a-kind channel, guys. This is a one-of-a-kind channel. Don't bother. How many people here don't have a job? Yeah, if you don't have a job and you don't have any money, like, honestly, trading would be extremely risky. I have to be honest with you. It would be extremely risky because, especially if you're newer to it and you don't even have the paid trading view, the reason it would be so risky is because desperation to make money is the destroyer of gains when you're trading. If you have pressure on yourself to make money only from trading and you're new at trading, I guarantee the psychological gain is so intense because you feel the pressure. And you're like, I have to be in a trade. I have to make the money. You're going to take crappy trades and you're going to lose money, which is then going to make you revenge trade and lose more money. Because trust me, I've gone through that period where, although thankfully it wasn't my sole source of income at the time, I was very driven to make a certain amount of money per month trading. And that feeling of being like I have to make X amount really killed my gains because that psychological game. Like right now, if I don't see a good trade, I just don't take a trade. But back then, if I didn't see a good trade, I had to force a trade because I felt like I had to make the money. You know what I'm saying? So, Daniel wants to know how long for the average person to be a profitable trader. He's been in the space for 2 years and just took a series 6 months ago and joined my course. He's ready to go. Daniel, in all honesty, how long does it take to become profitable? I would say that it depends a lot on your psychology. This is going to sound weird, but I really started to become profitable at trading once I stopped caring about the money. Once I stopped caring about the money, I get more excited about technical analysis and doing analysis and having a trade turn out successfully than I do about making the money. Like, this like trades like this one, they don't come too often. That's the thing. Like, they don't come all the time, and scalps are different. Scalp, that takes experience. But if you want to become like a trader where you're entering maybe like one trade a week, a few trades a week, just on a few different assets, if you have the ability to just do some technical analysis and then patiently wait for your setup to happen, and you only stick to your strategy because like for example, this trade was a very specific trade. I did my analysis and I told myself, and it's true, I did not take a Ripple trade until this setup happened. And I didn't even know if it was going to happen. That's the thing. You have to do your analysis and basically say, in a perfect world, what trade would I take? And so I said, in a perfect world, I would want to long from the golden pocket, which is also a daily level, which is also the value area high of a lower range. And I want to see price come and take out this wick right here. And I want to see bullish divergences on the lower time frames. And I want to see the higher time frames bottoming out on Market Cipher B. And I said, I'm not even going to trade unless this happens. So if you only take trades like this, especially if you're newer, where you have it planned out, you have your perfect scenario, you're trading like a spoiled brat, I do think you can be profitable early on. If you're trading a strategy like the Market Cipher 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, and you're doing it in such a way where you're not getting greedy, you're locking in profit while you're in profit, and making sure that you're not losing money, I think you can be profitable right away. The problem is the psychology, because if you're sitting around waiting, I had to wait like a week for this trade to happen, didn't even know if it was going to happen. So in that period of time, you might be like, well, I'm not doing anything, I'm not making money. Let me try and get in a different trade. And then you might be tempted to enter a trade that doesn't have such strong confirmations, and then it's not that good of a trade. You might end up losing some money. Or, another thing that happens is, I forget now what I was going to say. Oh yeah, if you get greedy, right? That's another thing. Like, I lock in profit super early. Like, this trade right now is up over 250%, I think. But when I first entered the trade, what happened here? I mean, I locked in profits early, and of course it's 25x leverage, but I locked in profits super early. I took like 25% out of the trade right here and moved the stop loss to my entry. I didn't know it was going to go up 250%, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to lose money and that I was going to get money. So that's, if you get greedy and you say, I'm not going to take out, 25% of my position early on because it could go up higher, and then it ends up going lower, and then you either get stopped out or close the trade in a loss. It really comes down to the psychology. It really comes down to the psychology of it. Because if you think about trading, really, honestly, it's like flipping a coin. Price either going to go up or it's going to go down. You could just randomly come to a chart, long or short, and there's a 50% chance you could make money, right? You could make money. And so you have to do everything in your power to make sure that you're loading the dice, right? If you see that if we come down to this level with these confirmations, the dice are loaded in my favor. But then also you have to make sure that once you roll those loaded dice and they get, you roll a snake eyes, that you lock in those profits and don't get greedy with it. And that's my strategy, really. That's my strategy for it. But everyone trades differently. I'm not the best trader in the world by no means, not even close, not even slightly close. Let's see here. Yeah, 2-day money flow crossing up. That's legit. Crypto Yatched says just wait for the confident trades, don't force it. Yeah. And guys, I force it sometimes. Like, honestly, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't ever take stupid trades, because I do. And if you're in my Discord, sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm in a trade here, but it's a gamble. Don't I don't ever post gamble trade setups in my Discord, but sometimes I take them, guys. Especially if I'm hedged in a nice long position, but Okay, Paul McGonigal says, what is the indicator that I'm using at the bottom? That is Market Cipher. Shout out to Memory Man for answering the question. Yeah, Market Cipher, it's a great indicator. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I do have an affiliate link in the discount here. Is there an alert in TradingView for money flow crossover? Yes. Yes, what you're going to do is you're going to come to Market Cipher B. You're going to right-click it. Okay, you're going to do Add Alert on Market Cipher B. You're going to do Condition. Market Cipher B is crossing. You're going to do, Market Cipher B. Money flow is crossing the Market Cipher B 0 line, which is, where's the zero? Right here. Okay, you're going to set it up. Market Cipher B money flow is crossing Market Cipher B 0. And you're going to do it once per bar. And that's how you're going to do it. That's how it gets done around these parts, y'all. That's how it gets done around these parts. All right. Of course, you can put, how do you put an alert on the 30-minute big green dot? I assume we're talking about the BitBoy dots. Let's see, where's the last BitBoy dot? Right here. We're just going to right-click Market Cipher B, add alert on Market Cipher B. You're going to do Market Cipher B, and you're going to do green dot. Yep. Shout out to RSSS. I think you're the man, RSSS. Crypto Pumpet says we need more likes. Yeah, we need more likes if we want to do the Bitcoin giveaway, guys. I do want to give away the Bitcoin. But I'm actually going to have to cut the stream kind of soon. I do have the VIP stream later today. Got a lot to go over. Ethereum. Bitcoin. Maybe we'll get to some other altcoins too. I don't know. It depends on how much time we have. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. May God bless all of you. Wax Inc. says, do we wait for the dot in the 4 hour to confirm before making the trade? Honestly, I will enter a 4 hour, 24 minute trade if the 4 hour green dot is printing and the 24 minute dot is printing. Of course, with all things in life, more risk, more reward. If it's not confirmed, there's a risk it could stop printing. You know, like earlier today, we were getting a green dot on the 1 hour, literally right before this dump. In fact, we were printing a green dot on the 1 hour as we were coming up here. And it was kind of scary as I'm shorting with the green dot on the 1 hour. But I understood that the money flow was coming down on the 12 minute. And so I took the short anywho. Shout out to Luis Rivera. The VIP live stream is 2 p.m. Eastern Time. K&K Dark Horse, thanks for being here. God is and always is good, says Positive News Daily. Amen. That is true. He is always good. Africa Masuku says the 4 hour, 24 minute strategy is best when paired with the 50 EMA crossing the VWAP. Interesting, man. Interesting. Right, today's technically a holiday, right? It's Memorial Day. I always forget about that, guys. I'm so culturally under a rock. I don't celebrate any of this nonsense. I don't pay any mind to it. Wait, no, it's not Memorial Day. It's the other one. It's the other one. Labor Day. Yeah, I don't care about Labor Day. I don't care about labor. Okay, the only time I care about labor is when my wife is giving birth. You know, when you live out in the middle of nowhere, when you're a farmer like me, you know, you don't even think about these types of national holidays because every day is the same for you. But I'll tell you what I do celebrate: Rosh Hashanah, Yom Teruah. Tonight is the beginning of Rosh Hashanah. Got some services. Tomorrow I'm not really going to be around because it is, in fact, Rosh Hashanah. Got some religious services going on all day. And it's going to be a blessed time. A blessed time. I'm a labor. We're all labors, says Nephilim Vox. Interesting screen name you got there, Nephilim Vox. So Brian Rinaldi wants to know. Brian Rinaldi kind of sounds like a tomato sauce brand. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a tomato sauce brand called Rinaldi tomato sauce. Let's check it out. Here we go. Yeah. See, I was right. Yeah, my mom used to buy this stuff when I was a kid. Francesco Rinaldi. Oh, on Amazon. What do you know? Let's get some Amazon. The original traditional pasta sauce. You know, my grandfather's name is Francisco. Francisco. His name is Francisco. Yes, Crypto Pumpet, thanks for answering for the poor fellow who keeps asking. Printing just means it's not confirmed. It means the candle has not closed yet. So let's say, for example, right now, we start printing a red dot down here, okay? And this candle all of a sudden pumps up massively all the way to all the way up to, 52.9K. That red dot would then disappear and the candle would close with no red dot. So, and before the candle closes and makes the red dot permanently stuck in history, we say it's printing, okay? And after the candle closes, we say it printed. And the reason we say that is because, back in my day, all right, when I used to be a stockbroker back in the 1920s, before the Great Depression, all right, we used to have to draw these charts by hand. All right, we used to have to take them to the printer. All right, I had to walk to and back from the printer 3 miles on foot, uphill both ways. And that's how we did it. Now, y'all young kids with your highfalutin computer technology, and your iPhones and your Tic Tacs, and your Instantgrams, makes me sick to my stomach, and your rock and roll music. All right, let's see. So Francisco Rinaldi wants to know, wouldn't that be too late to make a move? Well, it depends. It depends, Francisco. It depends because it really depends on the context, man. Sometimes it'll help you get in an early move if you don't wait for it to confirm. But sometimes waiting for the confirmation will still let you get a part of the move. Like yesterday, for example, this green dot was already printed by the time I got into the move. It had already printed by the time I got into the move. And I entered on this purple candle right here. And I was in drawdown for a while. And then I just stayed in the trade. And yeah, stayed in the dang trade, guys. And it turned out pretty well. 4 hour, 24. So it really depends. You know, look at the money flow. The reason I had the confidence to stay in the trade is because I saw the money flow was getting thicker. That's really it. I saw the money flow getting thicker. And I'm like, money flow's getting thicker. I'm going to trust it. And it worked out pretty dang well. Yep. My favorite fib levels are the 618 and the 382. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the 4 hour Tatiana... the 4 hour bearish divergence is, in my opinion, yes, inactive since, when did that wave come up here? I would say it's been inactive since September 5th, because that's when the blue wave officially came up above that last blue wave, I would say the 5th of September. Yeah. Let's see. A few more questions, guys, then I'm going to have to dip out of here. Shout out to Francisco Rinaldi. My good friend, God bless you. I actually don't, I'm sorry to say I don't buy your tomato sauce brand anymore, because shout out to Big Butts 28, my beloved wife. She makes her own tomato sauce fresh from the garden, guys, fresh from the garden. She takes that fresh basil, that fresh oregano straight from the garden, those Amish paste tomatoes, and she has this crazy machine. Let me see if I can find it, guys. Let me see if I can find a picture of a tomato sauce maker. I don't even know what it's called. Yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. This is what she has. Shout out to Big Butts 28. She gets this thing. You know, I saw it. The first time I saw it, I thought I didn't know what to think. I'll be honest with you guys. I had no idea what. I thought it was some kind of torture device or maybe a sewing machine. I didn't know what to think. Hers is not electric. Hers, you got to crank it. Like this. This is what it looks like. I had no idea. I thought it was some kind of, I don't know. I thought it was like a weapon or something. I thought it was a weapon. I thought she was going to try and shoot me or something. But no, she's just making tomato sauce. You know, she takes them tomatoes out of the garden. And she makes some good sauce, you know. That's what we eat now. Am I bumping Drake's new album, Cryptia? Nah, Cryptia. I don't listen to Drake, man. I don't really listen to popular music, not at all, actually. The only time I listen to music that's not what should I say? The only time I listen to music that has been on the radio is if I'm going down memory lane and I'm thinking about like when I was in middle school or whatever. Oh, shout out to Panjok2 who pulled out the fib at the grocery store yesterday and everyone was staring. I know how that is. Right, don't put your fib in the tomato sauce machine. Don't do that. Yeah, it'll get a little warped. Waxing Academy, do we wait for the dot in the 4 hour to confirm? It's up to you. Check out the video I made on this. Yeah, I've listened to Shylin, Kevin McAloon. Isn't he on Lamp Mode Records? Shylin? With Timothy Brindle and Hazakim and all them dudes. Stephen the Levite. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lamp Mode Records. I really like Hazakim. If anybody's into messianic rap, check out Hazakim. Those dudes they're good. And if you're into listening to entire sermons put into rap. Listen to Timothy Brindle, because the dude will exegete scripture in a song. It's pretty crazy how he does that. What do I think about this short? I think it's a good one. I'm glad I'm in it. Guys, this is quality technical analysis content. You cannot get, I'm telling you guys, you can't get this on cable TV. Sure as heck can't get this on satellite TV. You know. Let's see here. What do I think about the short? Well, it's a good short, guys. It's a pretty dang good short. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see here. I mean, this was my short when I took a pretty nice chunk out of here. Down as we were closer to the 618. I don't think I actually took profit at the 618. I should have, but I had my limits set before the 618 because, you know, we've had a weird history here of not quite touching them dang fib levels. I mean, look at this. Not quite touching the fib, rejection. Not quite touching the fib, rejection. Maybe there's a pattern here. The not quite touching the fib rejection pattern. The NQTTFRP. Okay, to give it the acronym. How do I manage the weeds on the farm, Josh K? Oh, I just spray it all with Roundup. Yep, just Roundup. I love Monsanto. Give me some Monsanto. Monsanto, come over, sponsor me. Yep, just good old Roundup. You know, that's how I do it. Let's see. Actually, I actually, do you know what I do use? I use this stuff that has citrus oil in it that kills the weeds. The citrus oil kills the weeds. And, also, what I do in the garden is I do the back to Eden method where I put down mulch so it keeps the weeds from growing. It keeps the water in the garden. But this year I've been kind of slacking with the weeds, guys. My watermelon patch looks like a hayfield because it is a hayfield. But at least the watermelons are juicy, guys. And, you know, I tried a few different gardening methods this year. The Ruth Stout method where I used hay instead of wood chips, and the hay sprouted and grew. So I think straw is more of the way to go. Crazy Nacho, I don't quite understand what you're saying. You notice that it hits the fib when I align the 0.382 with key levels of support and resistance? You mean instead of pulling it from the price, but pulling it from support and resistance? Where do I get my world info from? From Jeff Berwick. I do enjoy Jeff Berwick's walk and talks with Lucy, but honestly, to be totally honest, I have a few different sources that I look at for world info. First of all, I love CNN. I'm not even joking when I say I check CNN every single day because I do want to know what is being told to the people. I also check what's the guy? I'm subscribed to some people who just share different news articles from different sources around the world to try and get an idea of what's happening. You know, the Ron Paul Liberty Report is interesting sometimes for what's going on in America. I will say this, I'm literally at the point in my life where I cannot know if anything is true, and it's a sad place to be. I can't know if anything's true unless I have seen it or experienced it with my own eyes, and that's a sad place to be. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's how it is. You know, that's how it is right now, unfortunately. Because how could I possibly know? You know, how could I possibly know? Crypto eye whales, have I vaccinated? Of course. Why wouldn't I? You know, I think it's very important, especially, you know, in the times that we're living in. I mean, it's one of the few things that we actually can do to make things a little bit better, right? Shout out to Crypto Yacht. You know, Do I vaccinate my squashes? Of course I do. I don't want them to get sick. And, the best way to do that is to, make sure they're vaccinated. Especially those zucchinis. Those zucchinis, I'm telling you guys, they will get, what do they call it? It's this disease that is called, I forget what it's called now. But you gotta do it. You gotta vaccinate them zucchinis. Okay, so TechOCC says, I have $100. Can I buy Bitcoin? I think you mean Bitcoin. And yes, you can. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Bitcoin is divisible into any amount of divisibility you want. Up to 1 Satoshi. Up to 1 Satoshi. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The zucchini variant, yes, yeah. Yes, indeed. Luna, I don't want to do Luna. What's up, Rahul? What's going on, Rahul? Hey, Rahul, man. Famous guy up in here. The famous guy from CryptoFace. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we can't keep talking about certain things in here anymore. I do like this guy. This guy, I like his, I feel like he has a well-rounded view. Yo, Andrew, what's going on? Austinic says, fibs are more like lines in the sand. You expect a reaction from that area, but it doesn't have to be exact. Yeah, that's true. That's why I usually set my limit orders a little bit below and a little bit above, which is how I got into this short here, and also how I got into this short right here. But man, I would have to say that more times than not, them fibs are respected to the dollar. TPs for this short, well, I would say a great TP1 would have been this white line right here, and then a great TP2 would have been this 618 right here. And if we come below the 618, I forget where I had a limit order set, but I think I have one set right about here. Probably I have it set right here because of this wick that we have right here. And this wick, we can see, also did get a slight kind of reaction over here. So that would be a good TP3 for me. And then, yeah, I plan to hold this short all the way back down to 3K. All the way back down to 3K. My tomato pruning technique, 80s Nightmare. Honestly, this year I've let them grow wild. I have a tomato jungle out there, a total jungle. I've been so busy, guys. I didn't understand that that this YouTube, like, here's the thing, guys. I started doing this YouTube thing in February. I started the Discord. I had no idea that things were going to get so intense, right? And I had no idea I was going to get 1 billion emails a day and all this. My tomatoes have run wild, but they're producing. They're producing a lot of good fruit. A lot of good fruit. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to have to cut the stream. VIP stream later. I'm trading at the gym. Yes, I am. And I do pray that the Lord blesses all of you. In the name of Yeshua the Messiah. Jesus the Messiah. And tonight is Rosh Hashanah. It is the day that we commemorate the binding of Isaac. That lays the biblical precedence that the promise that God made to Abraham will be realized and ratified and confirmed through the sacrifice of an only son. A very beautiful thing. Genesis 22. Check it out. Also, guys, receive this blessing. In the Hebrew language, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha, Shalom, B'Shem Yeshua HaMashiach, Elohei Israel, which in English means, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord protect you. May the Lord shine his light upon you. May he have grace upon you. May the Lord look upon you and give you completeness and peace and wholeness in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. All right, y'all.